Thank you to Roof Camp and to Jay and Proud Cloud for inviting us to talk about IGNA Manila and the Game Jam. Again, my name is Ryan Sumo, and I am the current chapter coordinator of IGDA Manila. And tonight I'm going to talk about IGDA Manila and like the stuff that we've been doing for the past 2 years, including the Manila Game Jam. Okay, so that's me, and I'm going to be talking about IGDA Manila. Next person who is on the phone and not paying attention. So 10 years ago, there were a couple of small game development companies in the Philippines that got together. One of them was Anino. There's a company called eSoft Interactive and EPLDT, and there are a bunch of others. And so the IGDA worldwide is an organization of companies and individuals that get together in order to spread information and to provide for game developers around the world. So they tackle stuff like quality of living, like informing each other and being up to date on the latest game development trends. And so 10 years ago, there were a bunch of small companies here that were in game development, and they started to get together, and they started their own IGDA Manila chapter. Next. And it turns out that for the most part, these were young companies, and these were like guys who were pretty young. They were into games, and so they eventually ended up like playing LAN games most of the time. Paul remembers those days. But eventually they decided to man up, be a little bit more serious about the local game development industry, and they formed an organization called GDAP, the Game Developers Association of the Philippines, and which serves them by representing local game development companies to the government and to like the government of the Philippines and outside governments and other entities. So around 2 years ago, myself and a bunch of friends of mine decided that we'd like to resurrect the local game development community. So it turns out eventually we ended up meeting up and playing video games. But so the bunch of the things that we were talking about when we got together was why we thought that having a local IGDA chapter was important. And like Roof Camp, we believe in getting people together and the exchange of information, because we believe that this can only lead to better things. Next. So these are a bunch of game developers getting together, and the fruits of this labor will be hopefully next. Someone like this. I don't know if you guys know, this is Shigeru Miyamoto is the creator of the Mario Brothers, and so ideally by getting people together to talk about game development and to share their knowledge, we'll come up with we'll have people who are like basically geniuses in their field coming up out of this organization, and at the very least, having a large local game development community can probably lead to more interest from foreign investment. So how do we do this? For the past 2 years, what have you been doing in order to make a more vibrant local game development community? So every month we have talks about game development. People from inside and outside of the industry will give a talk, very much like Roof Camp, actually. And yeah, so they'll share their knowledge. We'll usually have like a Q&A afterwards, and probably drinks where we get smashed afterwards. And aside from that, we also hold events like the Manila Game Jam. Now, the Manila Game Jam is an event that's held in tandem with the Global Game Jam. The Global Game Jam was started again by IGDA, and it's an event where locations around the world will come together at a specific time and date for 48 hours in order to make games. Now, this has been going on for around 3 years, and the Manila Game Jam has joined this for the past 2 years. And so what goes on in these Game Jam events is, first we'll have like pitching of games. This Extinction was So the theme for this year's game jam was extinction, and Sextinction was actually one of the games that was pitched and made. Um, yeah, I'm not sure what else to say about that. So, so first there was pitching, and then next there was game development. This stuff like this actually happened. Someone actually slept in a box because this is 48 hours to make a game, and a lot of the people that that were there didn't go home, so they just slept wherever they could. And one of the things that they could sleep in was a box. Next. So the whole point of the Manila Game Jam basically is to show people, game developers, that they can actually complete games. A lot of the people that joined last year and this year are the kind of people that have always had a good idea, and they always keep putting it off because I have a regular job or whatever, and there's never enough time to actually make a game. And so over the course of 48 hours, we set out to prove to them that you can actually make a game. It's not going to be the best game in the world, but there's going to be a game there, and afterwards there are all sorts of options for you to take. You could join a larger game competition. You could release the game independently, or maybe find a publisher, either local or foreign, in order to complete your game.